are sounds a house should never make. Not scratching, not whispering, and never, ever breathing. Megan had lived in her grandmother's old house for just a week when she first heard it. A long, slow exhale from somewhere behind the plaster. She froze, coffee halfway to her lips, and waited. The sound didn't come again, so she told herself it was the pipes, or the cold wind sneaking through the gaps in the old wood. By nightfall, she wasn't so sure. Every time she passed the hallway by the stairwell, she felt pressure. Not air moving, but something watching. The wallpaper there was discolored, bubbled in places. She pressed her fingers to it, felt warmth. And then, from deep behind it, something shifted, slow, dragging. That's when she heard the whisper. "Megan?" She stumbled back so fast she nearly tripped. It wasn't her imagination. The voice was faint, muffled by paint and paper. But it was hers, her mother's voice. Her mother, who died 10 years ago. "Megan, help me." That night, she slept downstairs with the lights on. But even there, in the dark silence of the living room, she swore she could hear faint murmurs coming from the walls, like the house was whispering to itself. The next morning, she called the only person in town who might listen, old Mr. Hallow from the hardware store. He'd known her grandmother well. When Megan mentioned the sounds, his face went pale. "Your gran never told you?" he asked. "About the house?" She shook her head. He sighed, voice lowering to a near whisper. "She built it herself after the war. But the foundation, it ain't all hers. There was another house here before, burned down in the 40s. Whole family gone. She built over it, said the ground was still good. But some things you can't just build over." Megan laughed nervously. "You think ghosts are in the walls?" He didn't smile. "I think they never got out." By the third night, she couldn't take it anymore. She followed the whispers down the hall with a flashlight, voice trembling as she called out, "Mom? Is that you?" The air felt thick, humid, wrong. The beam of light skimmed across the wallpaper, catching faint bulges, like something pressing from behind, pushing to get out. The paper moved again, pulsed. Megan stepped closer. From behind the wall came a single, delicate chime. A bell. So faint it could have been her imagination. So final it couldn't have been. Then came a whisper, right behind her ear. "Don't look." She turned anyway. For 1 second, she saw movement. A shadow pressed into the wall's surface, stretched thin and moving like skin. Eyes opened in the pattern of the wallpaper. Mouths followed. They were faces. The whispers overlapped. Dozens, pleading, calling her name over and over. She screamed and stumbled back. The flashlight clattered to the floor, its beam spinning wildly. The air filled with that wet, dragging sound. Something crawling through the plaster from wall to wall, following her as she ran. Megan fled to the cellar, barricading the door. For hours, she listened to the house move above her, groaning, breathing. Every so often, there was a soft knock from the ceiling, followed by a sigh, almost relieved. When morning came, she crept upstairs. The hallway was quiet, still. But where the wallpaper had bubbled before, the paper was smooth now, almost new-looking. The faces were gone. She almost convinced herself it was all in her head, until she noticed the photographs on the wall. Every frame that had held her grandmother's family was empty, just faint outlines where the pictures had been. And in their place, a faint print, like someone pressing a hand against glass from inside. 2 days later, the police found the house empty, front door locked from the inside. No sign of struggle. Just one odd thing. The walls in the hallway near the stairs were warm to the touch, almost alive. When the coroner peeled back a section of the wallpaper to test the heat, he found something sealed inside the plaster, cloth. A piece of fabric that looked like a woman's shirt sleeve, still damp, fresh. That night, as the house settled into darkness, something sighed from within the walls again. Then came the bell, faint, deliberate, echoing through wood and paint. And then a voice, muffled, trapped. Megan. They say if you listen closely at the house on Bracken Lane, you can still hear her. And sometimes, if the night is quiet enough, you can hear the house breathe back.